My beloved, I know you have been battling hard lately. I see the weariness and frustration settling on your shoulders as the enemy relentlessly tries to block the destiny path I have prepared for you. This threshold season has been intense. The breakthrough is so close, yet just out of reach. Let me assure you that everything happening right now, the confusing disruptions, relationship strife, this feeling of running in place, it is not for nothing. I am allowing a necessary testing and refinement process so that you can fully step into all I have planned without distraction or disqualification. The enemy sees this too, which is why he is frantically trying to knock you off course. He knows his time is short. So let me refresh your perspective today. You are so close to stepping into breakthrough. Do not give up now, for you will reap a mighty harvest if you persevere. Consider the journey of transformation, a path walked by those closest to me, among them Peter, an impassioned heart, quick to act, yet equally swift in his retreat to the shadows of doubt and fear. My teachings to Peter were not merely lessons of the moment, but preparations for a destiny far greater than his immediate understanding. In the face of life's gravest trials, the enemy lurks, seeking to sift the faithful as wheat, to challenge and dismantle their belief. Yet, in these moments of impending despair, my intercession remains steadfast. Even when he stumbled, caught in the snares of betrayal or denial, my resolve did not waver. For in his weakness and regret, in the bitter tears he shed, there lies an opportunity for profound growth and redemption. My plan is not hindered by faltering steps. Rather, it embraces these moments as crucibles for transformation. Through my guidance and unyielding love, even the most wayward spirit is brought back to the fold, awakened to a newfound strength and purpose. My beloved one, just like Peter had to walk through his own threshold test, so too do you. The enemy wants to make you stumble and derail my destiny for your life. He amplifies voices of condemnation to make you feel disqualified. He frustrates and oppresses you to spark anger and resentment in your heart. He fills your mind with anxious thoughts to lead you into fear and paralysis. But do not listen to those voices. I know it is hard when you feel battered on all sides. However, you must remember my promises over your life. What I have spoken will come to pass. Just as I prayed for Peter and kept him through his sifting season, so too have I prayed for you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I will silence the voices of condemnation and oppression. I will answer your prayers for breakthrough and direction with clarity and wisdom from my throne room. Now, let's talk about the flatness you've been feeling lately. That is not a coincidence. The enemy is trying to puncture your momentum and progress right now, hoping to trap you in discouragement and frustration. He wants to flatten your soul by draining your passion and zeal for my plans. Recognize his schemes for what they are, attacks to slow you down before you reach the finish line. I want you to see that the extent of his attack is evidence itself that you are so close to your next breakthrough. Hold on just a little longer, my beloved, pushing back against his lies and oppression. At the precise right moment, I will accelerate and launch you suddenly forward into the next season I have prepared. Picture yourself standing right now in front of a huge, magnificent door. It is carved of ancient oak, weathered through generations but still standing sturdy and tall. This door leads into the fullness of your destiny and promise in me. You have been judiciously journeying through the wilderness to get here. Behind you lies the wasteland of broken dreams, failed expectations, and fallow ground. Before you stands the door into the verdant promised land, overflowing with milk and honey, and abundant blessing for you to freely partake of, to your heart's delight. My precious heir, can you perceive what is happening right now? We stand at the threshold between what was and what will be. You are being transitioned into an entirely new realm of authority, impact, and living grace from my hand. We will cross over together as one into the fullness of your true identity and kingdom purpose. Now is the time. The harvest is ripe around you. Do not grow weary in the toil, for you shall reap an overflowing bounty if you push forward through this threshold season to full breakthrough. The stage is set. The hour is urgent. Loose the chains of perceived failure and disqualification. Cast aside the grave clothes hindering your freedom. Like Lazarus, come forth now into the fullness of life. Divine spirits are already rushing towards you to hand off legacy mantles carried faithfully through generations. Do not miss your moment. Now, let me speak to some of the specific battles I have seen you facing in this threshold hour. Firstly, your thought life. My beloved, you have always been exceptionally gifted with perception, easily picking up on spiritual insights. The prophetic realm is your second home. However, the enemy has been working hard recently to hijack those revelatory gifts, flooding your mind with anxious thoughts and false perceptions. He drops deceitful images like snakes that slither stealthily into your thoughts, poisoning you with destructive dreams and visions. He twists reality with malicious mirages, trying to lure you into limitless circles of overanalyzing everything through lenses of suspicion and doubt. My beloved, you must learn to take every thought captive at its inception. Refuse to allow your imagination to run unhindered down winding rabbit trails of fear and confusion. Just because a thought enters your mind does not make it truth that must be dissected from every angle. So many futile mental hours have been wasted in this obsessive overanalysis that actually distances you from my heart and perspective. Enough. Tell those python spirits strangling your synapses to loose their grip now. Take back control of your thought life, capturing those snakes and casting down every vain imagination that exalts itself above the knowledge I reveal to you. Determined to dwell on things noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable. Set your mind on things above, where your spirit is already freely soaring beside me. Secondly, I see how the enemy has been attacking and oppressing your physical health recently too. At times, even basic tasks like getting out of bed are overwhelming as invisible weight presses relentlessly down upon your entire being. Muscles ache, joints creak and groan. Your body is literally manifesting the bruising spiritual assaults, trying to crush your soul inch by inch into surrender, as strength evaporates like water under a scorching sun. In these weary moments, beloved one, you must remember that I care deeply about your body too, this earthly housing of my precious Holy Spirit's dwelling place. I fashioned you together with my own hands, fearfully and wonderfully made. I perfectly planned out your days before even one came to be. Not one molecule in your body escapes my diligent notice or loving care. When you feel too crushed and exhausted to even pray, call upon my spirit to intercede through wordless groans and sighs. Allow heavenly streams of my living water to soak through every bone and tissue, refreshing your frame with resurrection life. The enemy wants your body to give out before you fulfill your kingdom calling, but I will restore and empower you mightily to run the race with endurance until the finish. By my grace, you will finish strong. Thirdly, your relationships are suffering right now under the weight of this prolonged battle. The enemy knows how crucial positive, life-giving connections are in this threshold season. So he has done everything possible to wear down rapport through repeated misunderstandings and constant friction recently. Beloved, you must guard your heart vigilantly right now. The enemy wants to rip open tender wounds that cause you to pull back from vulnerable connections with others. You have destiny links to build with. He faithfully exploits your secret fears of rejection by orchestrating circumstances that feel like betrayal. But do not withdraw from relationship. Now is not the time to isolate yourself. even though your exhaustion tempts you to cocoon away from drama and misunderstanding. Press through the discomfort of misalignment to courageously connect in new ways. Pray often with and for these companions who share pieces of your journey right now. Cover relationship gaps with grace and uncompromising love. Together you will certainly prevail against every divisive scheme the enemy tries to sow between you. And finally, my beloved warrior, I want to speak to the natural disruptions trying to trap anxiety and frustration recently. I see how each setback depleted more time, energy, and resources that you really could not afford to spare. The even bigger attack was against your hope and expectancy of breakthrough. The enemy used those inconveniences as weapons to undermine your trust in my faithful provision and protection. I know you feel like you just cannot catch a break. However, my beloved one, now is the season to break forth in me as never before. Declare boldly that greater is He that is in you than anything trying to slow you down or block your progress. Be assured that no troublesome event can separate you from my love and best plans for your life. Not even the gates of hell can overpower the magnificent momentum I'm gathering right now on your behalf. Not one chain remains that can hold back the complete abundant heritage I have stored up for you. Soon you will burst forward into the fullness of all I have planned. My beloved child, come and gather close so I may share what has been on my heart. I know you have been burdened by the state of the world and all that is transpiring. But do not trouble your heart, for I wish to bring you comfort and wisdom. I was there as you prayed and sought my face. I heard every word. I know the cares that weigh on your spirit. I see how you ache over the rising tide of changes happening so quickly you can barely keep pace. I know some days you just want me to step in, to rewrite the script. I know you wish for former things to return, for swift justice against evil, for your world to revert to a better time that lives fondly in your memory. I understand why you feel this way, beloved, but I want you to understand that though people and circumstances come and go, I remain. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. While everything around you changes, I do not. I am the constant. My word stands forever. I never change, and if you abide in me, then neither do you. You become that rock the waves crash against but cannot move. You become the pillar your world leans upon when it grows unsteady. You stand immutable because I stand with you. This is why I say to you now, do not give yourself over to fear and anguish. Do not get swept away by news and rumors, recklessly demanding action before its proper time. Be steady. Be constant. Keep your eyes fixed on me, so I may walk you through the storm. Soon and very soon, I will step forward in ways you've been longing for. I will display my power and brilliance for all to see. Not just displays of force, but of infinite wisdom and strategy. I will outmaneuver the enemy at every turn. It will happen, so watch for it. But first I must shore up that solid foundation in you, my people. I must impart resolve and poise so that no matter what happens, you will stand confident in my plan. I am bringing revival but also tribulation, one to awaken hearts and the other to test what's residing in them. In this season, do not judge simply by what you see and hear. Not all that parades as love truly emanates from my heart. Much of what passes for good in the world originates from impure motives and centers on self. People will insist they have the solutions while rejecting the very cornerstone on which redemption stands. Do not be taken in, beloved. Do not forfeit eternal riches to gain temporary worldly favor. Hold to what you know is true and just. Extend unwavering grace, but stand resolute in defending the freedom I intend for all humanity. Most of all, walk in this real love of mine. For my love not only upholds valores but transforms hearts. It looks beyond labels and wounds to see the eternal soul that lives in each person. You must represent me in this way, speaking truth but always leaving room for redemption. I am issuing frontier justice on the battle for souls, so now is the time to examine your hearts. If you find hatred toward groups or individuals taking root, rip it out. Bind it away from you. Choose instead to align yourself fully with me, to spend time resting in my presence, steeping like tea leaves in my word, yielding to the leading of my spirit who resides in you. For when you abide in me, I can freely abide in you, directing everything you do. I have spoken these things so that my joy and courage may fill you up and spill over into the world. The darkness is no match for the bright hope living through my people. So lift up your heads, beloved. Lift up your heart. Victory is assured, and my power knows no limits. I will show the world what real love looks like, and in so doing, prepare them for when I return to make all things new. The months ahead will prove challenging but also exhilarating. Miracles will happen through unlikely sources. Prodigals will come home. Nations will be shaken awake. I am calling all my children into their true identities and missions. No matter your age, your history, your circumstances, I intend to use you powerfully in this hour. But first, I must prepare your hearts so you can handle the new levels of authority. I must illuminate enemy tactics you will need to outwit. I must teach you how to hear my voice above the noise and chaos. I must ignite that fiery passion that will empower you to stand when everything around you takes a knee. You see, my plan to transform society starts with transforming you. So come close, beloved, and let the change begin. Allow me access to every part of your life, every perception, habit, relationship, and dream. Invite me into places long hidden away, and now my healing light will illuminate them. Where you feel weak, I will be your strength. Where you are uncertain, I will give you boldness and vision. All that I am and all that I have belongs to you, my dear one. Will you open your hands and receive it? No matter what happens next in your world, I want you to remember this moment. Whatever turmoil the future holds, recall my personal words to you today, that I am on your side, that I am ready to reveal my power on behalf of those I love, that when you abide in me, you share in my triumph over evil in all its forms. You were made to demonstrate my kingdom come, here, now, on this planet. So you have taken my words to heart and stand ready by my side for what is to come. I am pleased with your devotion, beloved. You honor me with your steadfast faith and disciplined spirit. In a world of such fickleness, how refreshing it is to watch my people plant their feet and refuse to be swayed. I understand that for many of you, these are not mere words but costly choices. To stand with me often means standing opposed to the world, the very world in which you walk and work and worship. Strangers may malign you, friends may mock you, even family may misunderstand you, but do not lose heart. In time they will witness my glory revealed through you and have no grounds left for doubt. Until then, despise not small beginnings. Celebrate what I have already done in your life. Live in the fullness of today's grace for today's challenges. Though the enemy's attacks seem relentless, know this season too will pass. And sooner than you imagine, cycles and priorities will change again. New glimpses of my goodness and kingdom will capture people's attention, just you wait. For now, hold close to your heart what we've already discussed. People and circumstances swirl around you, but you remain steady as a boulder breaking the rapids' flow. Your roots plunge deep into my steadfast, unchanging love, so that no external storm can blow you from your place. You do not shift with the ever-changing opinions and philosophies of this world, but are shored up by my eternal precepts and promises. Upon this firm foundation, my church is built and my kingdom expands. The enemy would love to disrupt my divine flow through you, if you allow it. Rise each day consciously, putting on your spiritual armor so you do not give him a foothold. You have authority to subdue the forces of darkness because of who dwells in you. My child, you are the messenger through whom my glorious light penetrates the darkness. You are my answers personified, revealing transcendent truth to a troubled world groping in confusion. You represent my heart of justice tempered by mercy, helping restore divine order. You release hope eternal into temporal hopelessness. Beloved, you have walked with me through many seasons of sowing and reaping. You have weathered both heartache and celebration. Regardless of what came against you, I took note of your perseverance. You kept believing even when situations appeared completely hopeless. And now the long-awaited harvest is upon you. The coming months will prove fruitful beyond what you can presently conceive. Blessings chased down by enemy curses will finally overtake and overwhelm you. Where you sowed in tears, singing and laughter will spring forth. Where you faithfully stewarded little, abundance overflowing will now burst open the containers of your life. So continue leaning wholly on me while also accepting your own spiritual authority. With patient boldness, confront the work of darkness to push back this end-time wave of deception, trying to sweep nations into radical rebellion against their Creator. More is at stake with each generation than you fully realize, beloved. You must not grow weary or complacent, for so many hang in the balance between life and death. Stay near to my heart, where you remain fully convinced of my unwavering love for every soul. See earth and its unfolding drama through my eyes of redemption. Hold fast to my vision of victorious conquest over the curse, as my resurrection power transforms people, societies, and creation itself. My faithful one, you are my kingdom carriers, broadcasting the new heavens and earth emerging even now. So lift your head, beloved, throw back your shoulders and stand tall. Amen.